And if I could, I already did it because I wrote thousands of songs, you know? And dude, I wrote thousands of songs in jail. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of songs in jail. You know, just I didn't like you. What else the fuck else was I gonna do?
That's another thing. If you want to write an album, if you want to write an album, go to jail. Because you'll write the best fucking album in the world. You got nobody's bothering you. You can try your jokes on the cooks. You can write the jokes that night. Next time I do a special, if I ever do, I'm going to jail for a year. That's gonna be the best fucking special you've ever heard in your goddamn life.
Dude, we should just go be cellmates for a year. Nobody's calling you. Nobody's bothering you.
Nope.
Right? It's like I had to learn who I was because, you know, you so much time you're spending just here, just having to deal with you, you know? And I definitely, you know, I think it definitely gave me a lot of the charisma I have because I had to move around. You know, I had to shock. I had to move a little bit in there, Joey. You know, I got in some hairy spots, you know? I was running canteen and peddling a little weed in there, and a little coke. You know, I had a little thing going. So I was learning how to politic with all sides. But I hate what I went through to get there. But I'm glad that it worked out for me. You know,
I always tell people going to prison, let me know what I didn't want to do. I tell people all the time, I think the worst thing that anybody could do for you, to you as a man, is kick your bed and tell you to wake the fuck up. Nobody knows how much that bothers me. When a man, if a woman wants to kick the bed and put a piece of pussy on me, wake me up, bitch. Wake me up before you go. You know what I'm saying? I want to eat that monkey fucking slow. So it's just weird that when a man kicks your fucking bed and says, get the fuck up, you sack of shit. That's a reality in prison. And that was one thing I said to myself. Nobody's ever going to do that to me again. That's
and then they make you stand up just to make your bed. And then you can lay back down.
Yeah, then you can lay back down.
Most frustrating thing on earth.
I was scared of spending the rest of my life in jail, but I knew I wasn't going to take shit from those people in there, you know? And it was fine. After a month, I got along with everybody. But that's what I'm grateful to go to jail because it let me know, it told me what I needed to do, what I had to do, and it also let me know the things I didn't want to do anymore. That you're not supposed to do as a man. I don't give a fuck what they tell you. Yeah. You know, I was sad going to jail and seeing these people talking about, and you've seen this, jails, people talking about all the jails they've been to, like they went on tour.
Oh, yeah.
They did a fucking national tour. I went to Red Rocks. I did the Garden. I did fucking Tucson. I did Atlanta. These guys will sit there for hours and tell you all the jails you've been to and stuff.
And they'll start telling you what they liked about it.
What they liked about
malls. It. They were like, yo, the food over there was banging.
Oh, my God.
TV was, you're just like, what? This is
they got cable.
Jail.
What, you don't have cable at home? You got to go to fucking jail for cable?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, I was in some good jails, though, dog. I was in Boulder County Jail. That was voted the #1 jail in Colorado. That motherfucker had carpets, cable TV, and Kool-Aid. And they let you talk on the phone if the dorm was up till 1, they let you talk on the phone till 1.
Wow.
Long distance calls too. I was calling everybody all over. I was calling China, Japan. I didn't give a fuck. Those states get good rates on their phone services.
You know what changed it for me, Joey? When I walked in and whenever the bond thing had came out and I had to go back to the adult jail, and I went in, did the time, came home, and violated again. And the last time I went, when I was in intake, a guy that I was in juvenile with 8 years before that, right? 9 years before this, Uncle Joey comes to see me. He's like, what's up, Jelly, man? I'm like, oh, shit, I hadn't seen you since we were in such and such juvenile spot. He was like, yeah. Like, you know, he told me right there, like, they're finna classify you to the unit, you know, the unit where all the shit is, you know. I just, because of my charges previous, I knew where I was going. I go there every time. So I'm like, yeah, who all's over there? He's like, bro, everybody we was in the juvenile penitentiary with. And at that moment, I was like, because he was happy to tell me that, like, oh, you're going to love it. It's a family reunion. And it hit me in a way, Uncle Joey, where I was like, man, I got to break this, man. Like, this is, you know, I became a part of the revolving door. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, you know, when you're getting a reception in the local jail from guys you've been locked up with on and off for 10 years, they're like, Jelly Roll's here. What's up, big dog? You know, and they're like, And of course, I'm just like, man, this shit ain't. I got to change this, and I ain't been back in. Dude, I go back now. I go to the juvenile once every 3 months and talk and do like a seminar, and I send them pizzas. And I'm currently working to build a studio in that juvenile that I was in for all those years. But besides going back to talk to people, man, I hadn't had a crossword with a law officer in fucking 10 years, 12 years.
It's been close to the last time I got a ticket, which had to be 20 years ago. That's the last time I had, police contact. Trouble, it's been since 97.
Yeah.
That, and you just, if you're at home watching this, listen, man, you get in trouble, you get caught by drugs, it's a fucking rotating door. Me and Jelly will tell you all fucking day long, but you get stronger sometimes. You get stronger and you go, I don't want to do this anymore. And that night you end up doing a gram of coke. That's okay, because you're heading in the right direction.
Yes.
Once you acknowledge all this shit, that what you're missing and what you should be doing, you're heading in the right direction. It takes a while. I mean, Jelly Roll, you're talking about all this shit, and you're at the precipice of, blowing your talent. Like, you're a fucking huge talent. What are your influences? I'm very curious to find out here.
So I was the baby. I have two older brothers and an older sister. And my older sister's boyfriend, husband now, has been with her since I was like 2. So I always had him in the house. And because of being the baby, I never got to control the radio, right? So I think that's what makes my sound so unique is, when I'm hanging out with mama, we're listening to like Motown. You know what I mean? We're listening to Sitting in the Morning Sun. Now be sitting when the evening comes. I get in the car with Pops and he's bumping James Taylor, right? Or like Kenny G. He was singer-songwriter. He liked softer music, like jazz or like James Taylor, Jim Croce, all those classic singer-songwriters. And then I get in the car with my brother and he's nothing but Tupac, right? He's like gangster rapped out, like my older brother, And then I get in the car with my sister and she's listening to nothing but Metallica, the Black Album, or nothing but, like all this rock and metal. And I never got to get in the car and say what I wanted to listen to. I'm the baby, right? I'm the baby of the house. So every time I would get in the car, because, I'm from an era, I joke with my daughter all the time. She walks around with her fucking iPhone, blaring music. She'll be in one room, her iPhone playing music. My wife's in another room, iPhone playing music. We take music everywhere now. In my era, you listen to music 1 or 2 fucking places, in the car or in the house. And that was if you was rich enough to buy the CD or cassette tape twice.